Bucket.
Yeah, we're online.
Hello.
Hello, stream.
How's it, guys?
Ek kan my wors was.
It's yours.
Yeah, Rosie. Okay. Hi everybody. I am Pickle, and I'm also joined by, most importantly, my biggest fans, Arnulf and Heinz, as well as Lycan, our operations manager, and our CSGO manager, and Tupi, our Dota manager.
How's it, guys?
Hello, Rosie. Okay. Jy kan doorgaan kyk of jy die comments kan kry.
Gotcha.
Okay. So after that, I'd like to do a quick shout out to our Charity Cup sponsors. Let's see who they all are. We've actually got a couple, I'm very glad. It's Pickle Designs, they're doing all the designs for the cup, as well as Ionic Tech. They are doing the website and the support for the website, and they've done the awesome sign-up sheet on our website as well for the Charity Cup. We've also got Peaches from Elsa. Hello, Paaskepit.
Hey, Peaches.
They, especially Peaches, is helping us a lot with the arrangements of everything and how everything works, because they've done this a couple of times, don't know what's up. But also Elsa is sponsoring a service to play on for the Counter-Strike side, as well as VS Gaming.
That is confirmed, yes.
Toothy's got more details on that later. And then we've also got Angelique's Photography, who's going to do the podcasts for the handovers of the prizes and any photography that needs to be done for them. And Metanoia Design Studio, they are doing printed checks for us to use for the ceremony of handing over the prizes. And then, it's like a handful. Comic-Con SA also sponsored us tickets to give away for prizes. We've currently got one set of double tickets running on our Facebook page. Go check it out. It is a fun competition. You can win one set of double tickets for day passes to go to Comic-Con SA. And then, also mention GG Gaming has vowed on Twitter to
Exactly, yes. GG.
To give that 5,000 Rand to the winner charity, as well as a contribution from their side, which is super awesome. Thanks a lot, guys. And that's also a possibility for anyone else who wants to give something extra. Yeah, but more on the charity cup before we go to the questions. We've got awesome streamers lined up for Dota and CSGO side. We've got Toothy for Dota and CSGO. We've got Frag on Dota, Pleb on CS, Captain Von Black, that is a name.
Yes, it's a name, it's one of the very good classes.
And he's doing Dota for us, and Flippy Lip for the Dota. I'm sorry if I butchered your name there.
The Pleb.
And Recoil ZA also said he's going to sponsor, oh my word, to cast for the CSGO. And Patchwork Fennec for CSGO, ES Proxy for CSGO, Serenity, we've got some ladies joining us for CSGO, Lighter TZ.
Yeah, Lighters, that is the good old Lighters that used to play for Big Five.
He's going to do CSGO for us. We've got Eddie from REAce also doing CSGO. I'm sorry, Eddie, I don't know what your in-game name is. And Juba doing Dota for us as well.
Java and Java Gathering.
Yeah. So it's a couple of streamers that are going to do some casting for us. It's all going to happen on our social media pages, whether it be Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook. It's all going to be their choice, and we're going to rotate between them. Maybe we'll get some interesting matchups between the casters. I'm not going to talk the whole time. You can answer some questions.
I'll put this down, excuse me. We are joined by our lovely co-hosts, very active in this stream. A couple of questions that we received from our player base and the teams participating in the Charity Cup are: how many many teams will be participating? Well, we have space for however much or many teams are willing to enter. The prize money split, also a popular question we've been getting. It will be split between the Dota and the CS winners. And which service will we be using? Like we said, Elsa has been very generous in sponsoring some CS service for us, as well as versus gaming. So those are the platforms we'll be using. Is there any admins to spectate for hacks or any unfair players, advantages, or reset rounds if there arises any issues during gameplay? We do have admins on standby. They'll be present either in-game, outside of game, so we'll have assistance in any case. Which maps do we choose? The competitive map pools on the CS side. Jan, there is just one Dota map.
There's just one Dota
I know.
map, yes. We will not be doing the Wrath of Mordecai.
That would be interesting though.
That would be great.
Yeah, I know, but it's difficult to run that.
How many rounds per game? So CS, as we know, has 30 rounds with the BO3 maps. Dota,
It's standard. Each map that it gets one is a game. So if it's a best of 3, you play a total of 3 games. With a maximum of 3 games. Whether you should win 2 games or have to play just 2.
yeah.
So it's either 2-1 or 2-0.
The ping and subs, also a question we've been getting lately. Regarding ping, we'll be using the standard rule set for the tournaments being laid out for the past year with Versus as well. We were discussing this. I think, to be fair, max ping of 120 we would allow. If that causes any concern or issues with any of the participating teams playing that night, we would have to unfortunately request that you sub out a player with said problems with ping, just to level the playing field in terms of fairness, both towards being able to hit your opponents and for them to be able to shoot you. We've all run into those issues.
Yeah, and I think the most important thing here is we don't really have a player cap on a team. I'd say we like maximum about 8 or 9 players on a team. Then you might as well put in 2 teams.
Yes.
But we've made a provision for enough subs to be available, and I think the suggested amount I'd always advise is 7 players. So if you don't have a sub, you should be able to sub out. Let's put it that way.
Yes.
Yeah, basic
I think the
recommendation.
norm.
Sorry.
Mhm.
Continue.
I think the norm is your core 5 on CS side of things anyway. Core 5 with your 2 subs at least. I know it will be pretty much team dependent as well. There is times that teams don't have enough subs or too many subs. So it's situational. But I think for the argument's sake, 7, 8 player count.
Yeah,
I
well,
always suggest 7.
yeah. Well, standing at it with the current fix that we do have going on, sometimes there is electricity problems and all that. So I would say always, let's stick at 8. Always rather have that one guy extra. You're not going to always use all of them, but rather have the guys extra. Shoot players who live fairly close together have the same problem, then they can switch out for at least 2 to 3 guys. You want to see this?
Glad met. No, this is suit.
That's why you're using your dogs and not mine.
Dat is altyd suit. Kom ons sê dit.
I was told wear green, by the way. So that's what happened. It's my official excuse. Easy way to find the rule sets and the schedules. We will have the website, the Metanoia Esports.co.za website, up and running specifically to cater for the charity event. So you'll find the details for the charity event on there, updated details on games being played throughout the week. You'll find your rule sets there. You'll find your scheduling there. You'll be able to do a bit of homework on your teams you're playing against, not necessarily on their style as such, that's on you, but in terms of their rosters, their winning streaks, you can pretty much gather your info on your strongest map sets. All of the facilities will be under the charity tab, and you'll be able to, what's the right word?
Find it there.
Well, you can find it there, but you can investigate teams. I think that's an interesting aspect to it. How does the prize pool work in regards to which charity?
Well, I think
you.
What did I write
I'm
there?
not sure what you wrote there. Nerdy cash.
You can't read my handwriting. That's wonderful.
I have difficulty sometimes with handwriting.
The prize pool in regards to the charity, when you register your team on the website, you select your charity there, you also submit your MPO number, and we just basically go and verify that it is a legitimate charity and that it's not phony. It's a school schooner, and actually it's your sponsorship to go to Tops to the weekend. But yeah, so we verify the legitimacy of the charities there, and as soon as we approve it, we'll also let you know. Then every team represents their charity that they're gonna play for, and the two winning teams split the prize pool. So let's say it's R100, the total amount of the prize pool. Then each winner gets R50 to give to their charities. And we'll also be doing it on a podcast.
Oh, I thought it said cash. Honest mistake. A podcast, guys. That's how your charity will be receiving the cash. Podcast.
I covered actually the next question as well, the 50-50 between the two winners. So the Dota team that wins and the CS team that wins, they will split the prize pool money between their charities. Oh, this is a fun one. If there's a tie, how will it be handled?
well, normally you should not be able to have a tie when it comes to the point of having a best of 3 map or in finals of a best of 5, so there should not be a tie. Should there be discrepancies, it will fall back to at what point in CSGO you guys should be able to put me where we were within the map and fall back to a possible load point.
Yeah, there's also overtime in CS side of things anyways, that you'll be playing a 6-round half, so the normal CSGO overtime rule sets, and that will determine a winner for the set game.
No, Dutch unfortunately does not have a tie, so
Yeah,
not
Dota
have a
doesn't
tie.
have a time, so there's a winner or a loser. You can't die.
Whether it's 30 minutes or 30 hours,
That's always fun to watch.
they get difficult to cast, I can
Yes.
promise you that.
The communication channels. We've set up our Discord. On our website, you can go to our Discord directly. There's a permanent invite link to Discord as well, and there's specific channels set up to go to Discord.
Yeah.
Where you can chat with us, where screenshots will be uploaded, game scores will be uploaded, and just a ticket system as well. We set up a ticket system. I'm
Yes,
sure
we
that's
have a
working
ticket
out.
system.
Yeah, it's working 100%. I'll double check it again probably tomorrow with the current lot of situations, but we'll double check and confirm that everything is 100% working.
Yeah, the website does have an interface for Discord, which is live, so you don't necessarily have to load into Discord to be able to communicate with us. There is functionality that you do have the option to load into Discord if that's your choosing, if you don't want to use the website's live functions. So there's a plan B should your site's not able to function correctly.
And plan C, you can also contact us on social media. We are pretty responsive on Facebook and Twitter mainly.
Yes.
And we'll also be doing the standard like a WhatsApp group. Those are always fun and full of spam and memes and admins fighting with people, but we'll also be having a WhatsApp group with the captains just to make sure that we've got as many as possible communication lines open so all the information is shared with
Yeah,
everybody. This is actually an interesting one. Do you guys think we should make them do it? Will scores be uploaded by teams or by admin? I think
we should stick. Sorry, the standard rule set of at least have the winning team submit their scores. The admin that is they can verify it, but let's keep to the fact that you need to show your representation that you were there. So upload the screenshot, and then the admin can verify it.
Yes, admins will verify in the background as well, but for rule's sake, captains of the teams, please upload your screenshots. Remember to take the screenshots, we've all been there. and upload it to the Charity Cup Discord channel, and we'll be able to verify on both the back end and the front end.
Are the schedules locked? And if a team can't make a certain date they need to play, can it be rescheduled? My notes here say locked, but not monsters.
I remember reading it. We are not monsters, I swear.
Yeah, so we're going to, after the registrations are closed, we've decided to give us a couple of days to work out the scheduling and stuff. We are going to lock the rosters. It's not going to be you schedule when you want it, because then we might be playing this tournament until January. So it's going to be locked, but once again, we are not monsters. We understand stuff gets in the way. We all have lives, and we all live in South Africa with excellent internet and electricity supply.
But we can't say that.
So
We do not deny or confirm the facts stated by Michael.
Yes, if the schedule allows, then we will be able to work within margin and as best try and suit and accommodate teams when it comes to rescheduling. But strictly speaking, we will try and keep to the set schedule, and if we can rather not work around it, we prefer not to.
yeah, my whole thing, thinking about this tournament late at night and bothering Lycan at 11:30 to come onto Discord because I've got an idea, was to have everyone casted, to have all the games streamed and all the games casted. So I don't particularly want to do 2 or 3 games a night where only one team gets streamed, and that also complicates the streaming schedule a lot more than having one scheduled stream. Oh hell! One scheduled stream for a night, so that everyone that participates gets showcased and gets casted. And I think that's the main thing that I want everyone to keep in mind when rescheduling the game, is that game might fall out of the schedule and might not be streamed or casted.
Yes, I do believe that we do have set dates for which we do want to run the games on. And those would be Mondays to Thursdays.
Yeah, depending on how many teams. If there's more teams, I think we can also include Sunday nights. But I really want to stray away from Fridays and Saturdays.
Yeah, it is the weekend days. So, but if we do not have to have something scheduled on a Sunday, then we can perhaps have at least one game of the week moved out to Sunday.
I think that's mainly based on how many teams will enter by the 23rd. So throughout of August, we've got our registrations open, and this will be updated. This particular subject will be updated on the site as well in regards to how scheduling will be handled. But for now, as we discussed, you are very active.
I should live there.
Maybe it's there. That should be fun.
What's he doing? Anyway, while Adolf is singing the spotlight over there, are we allowed to use jump binds for nades, which is made in console? This is something we discussed earlier as well.
Yeah, very cringe-worthy subject. We came to the conclusion that since it's been allowed in the majors and in tournaments now, since the rules have changed, we would allow it if it's been done through console in-game and only in-game.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, data we don't have anything like that. We do frown upon using any other sort of binds like or scripts running, so that is obviously a banned subject.
What did you use a bind for in Dota?
Well, it's not really a bind, it's more
jump bind.
So what would happen in Dota is when you have someone that would build a scythe vice, you can now these days there is the option of having a quick cast available, so you can just tap the button and hover your mouse over the target. But in instances where you would have a shaker jump in to come in for the Echo Slam, we don't always have the time for that reaction, and there are scripts that do allow you to automatically hex, and that is a banned subject. That has been banned by Valve and all the major tournaments. that will not get allowed. And I believe Adolf agrees.
Likes me more clearly. Yeah. 64 tick or 128 tick servers. Guys, come on. There's no way we would play tournaments on 64 tick. Not too bad now, 64 tick. It will be 128 tick servers. Both CS and
Dota does
Dota
not
has
have
a tick. Dota does not have a tick. I knew that. But
Not really. Everything runs at max. So it will most probably, if I do have to put a standard out there, it would be 128 tick and above.
Good. LAN or online event? For this year's Charity Cup, it will be an online event. We were thinking about maybe having a LAN final at short notice. So we will in future be arranging LAN events for tournaments that we're planning, charity specific tournaments. So online, this charity tournament 2019.
We've had a couple of people come forward and offer their facilities to us to have the LAN event.
And thank you.
And
Yes,
thank you.
very much.
I think the biggest thing is in discussing it and people inquiring with us whether it be a LAN or an online event, we've been saying it's all online the whole time. So we don't want to a month before schedule say, hey, okay, fly your whole team down to Joburg to play a LAN event. That just feels
It's wrong.
unnecessary and wrong to me. So yeah, for this year we're doing online, but the big dream is next year to have a LAN event with possibly the charities present as well.
Start planning ahead for the teams with members all over the country.
Yes,
Yes,
next year.
Yes. Plan. The costs involved for entering the charity is 250 Rand per team with the option of adding extra love. Please guys, it's for charity, get on top of it. Added option for a good cause. And which charities is it for? Like we said, each team upon registering, you've got the option to choose a charity of your liking, with the condition that it is a registered non-profit organization. The rules, we'll be posting the rules on our website. We'll also be giving a brief run through in a second once we're done with some of the questions and answers. I don't know if there's been any other questions posted.
Not yet.
Not, this is not mine, by the way. Very tempted in taking a sip.
It's just coffee.
Likes me more.
He doesn't.
It does not at this moment. The food.
Ah, there it is. I don't know about you guys, but I'm very entertained at the moment. The date and time for the events, that'll be determined. Like we said, still waiting for teams to enter. That'll also be schedule based. The times will usually run from 8 p.m. Sundays to Thursdays. Hopefully, if there is no clashes or extended gameplay or
But Dota can.
Dota can, we all know that. Or in the case of moving a night's games due to circumstances like we discussed earlier, all of that will come into play. But as a standard, 8 p.m. Sundays to Thursdays. Happy?
Happiness.
Fantastic. When does the registrations close? It closes the 23rd of August. Guys, it's not a lot of time left for registrations. Tell your friends, tell your... Well, I've got family that plays games. That was interesting. How would the interviews... It's where we'd be drinking out of cups.
That one off.
We are a very tight-knit family, and like we said earlier, life happens, and dogs are apparently a part of that life. So we love you.
I don't know what we've been feeding them.
So that's been going on.
That's okay, Hans. I understand.
How would
Yes.
the interviews work? Is it with players or organizational management? Only representations. In terms of representations on data side, would that be captains of teams with admins?
Well, with
Would
data,
it be coaches
it
or
can be either.
owners?
Well, with data we don't mind really which side, but it's nice to sometimes speak with the captain or a selected player that the team can nominate, because you want to sometimes just get a feel of what it was like for the player in the game. So a manager or a coach is there on the sideline and watching it, but they're not going to give you the feel of what it was like.
Yes. I mean, in terms of interviews, I guess that would be up to the teams as well. Would you want your org owner to represent you? Would you want a player that stood out in your team to represent you? So that's situational. It's up for discussion in your teams. Obviously, the same on our side and on our sponsor side. We'll have representatives that we choose situationally, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that specific question actually pertains to the interview that we're going to have with the teams. We're going to do a stream later this month, FYI with the players of the different teams and on why they chose their charities, how they chose their charities, and just like a two-liner on their teams and who they're representing as well. Because I think the biggest thing to remember here is that we are doing this for charity, and as everyone is choosing their charities, posting it on Facebook regularly, is you don't just choose a charity because you saw a sign on a billboard somewhere. You chose it because it means something to you, and a charity and what they're doing does mean something to you. So it's about just finding out why.
Yes. We have a discussion question actually that we haven't had a set question, a set answer for. This is all over the place. Papers, man.
You can give it to me.
I'll put that there. I haven't seen this. Makeshift table. It was. I'll leave that for the last question. It was asked recently that some players wanted to know if an NPC, non-profit company, is allowed, or does it have to be an NPO? Might be a good idea.
What is the definition of a non-profit company?
So non-profit companies would be something like, if I have to take an example, a state entity sometimes like the ARC, they are a non-profit company that does the research like for Simba on the potato chips and all that. That is a company that does not work on gaining profit, but just works on
big scale,
getting the work done. Is it so fluffy?
It is very fluffy.
It's super warm.
I wish our viewers could reach out and, well,
I wish I felt the warmth.
moving on.
Okay, I've got you back.
Yes, I think the short of it is yes, with again the added exception that it is a registered company, they are validated, approved, then I don't see why not.
I don't have any objections actually.
Don't have any objections. Obviously, that's on a bigger scale than I would think normally organizations, but
We will have to verify, of course, that what is the company and that it is a non-profit company. Same verification as we do with the NPOs. Although with the NPC won't get normally a registered NPC number, but you can verify it via the name of the company.
yes.
So instead of filling in the NPO number, just put in the name of the company so we can contact them and verify.
Procedurally working with an organization versus a company differs as well. So it has its challenges, its limitations, its agendas. So at the end of the day, I think it comes down to pretty much the same thing. Donating the winnings of the teams to either an organization or a company at heart has the same, what's the word I'm looking for? My English is not running out, guys. Dit is hetzelfde doel op een of ander dag. Dit gaan vir dieselfde cause.
I think
So
make our lives easy and pick an NPO, not an NPC. But if you really want to pick an NPC that means something to you, we won't have a problem with that.
as posted in many of our school exams, motivate your answer.
That's not a bad idea.
That's what the interviews are for. Also, another question that I haven't spoken to you guys about is someone suggested a BO3 double elimination to give everyone a fair chance, as well as making the 250 Rand a bit more worth it, looking from the outside in. I think if time allows and we don't have too many teams to do a double elimination, we can do a double elimination.
I don't see why not. Again, it's based on how many teams enter, how many games will be played. We obviously only have a set amount of time to conduct this charity tournament. So if it allows, I don't see why not.
Yeah, I think the thing to keep in mind is we don't have a team limit like most, like Alsa, they've got 16 teams only. And
Yeah, so it depends on your tournament, I guess.
they don't allow more than 16 teams in a tournament, but we've got it open because it's for charity events and we want to
Good cause.
raise as much money as we can. And we also don't have a skill limit, like a master's team on VS Gaming can enter, because that's how we all measure people's skills, is by VS Gaming. So, we don't use the ladder system anymore on VS. What's it now?
It's now the Entry Cup.
So entry
It's an
cup
entry
teams can enter and masters teams can
Premier
enter.
Division.
Premier.
Yeah, Masters only get now clarified at Comic Con. You become the Masters group that play.
Okay, so can,
Premier.
how would you
Division.
say it then?
It's the Premier Division.
Okay, so entry cup and Premier Division are going to be competing against each other. So, yeah, if we don't have a skill cap and we don't have a team cap, it's all going to depend on how many teams enter.
Yes, at the end of the day, this is all, whether it's a serious game or not, at the end of the day, it's all about having fun, because that's the main idea why we've all started playing games. So have fun and create some awareness for the people that you at heart feel need to be recognized out there. And that's your charity.
Noble.
And I think the thing for me behind the whole charity cup thing as well is we are tagging these charities on Facebook and the people that follow them see the posts. So not only is it beneficial for the charity cup teams to play in this thing, and not only is it for the charities beneficial because they get the exposure
Yes.
as well because they get tagged on posts, but also let's say you choose Pier van Reineveld, BF4, the SPCA
Yes.
of Pier van Reineveld. Let's go tag them on Facebook and their followers, and they see what is esports, and they actually go and see, and it also creates a bit more exposure for esports in South Africa. We're not just the Lighty that won the Fortnite tournament last weekend or the weekend before that. I can't remember.
About, yeah, 2 weeks ago, I think.
It's not just the Lighty that spends 8 hours a day playing games. It's actually adults playing games on their PCs.
We use that word lightly. And I wouldn't mind being that Okie that won the Fortnite
I
tournament.
wouldn't either. I saw he bought his mom a house or something.
I know he bought himself a table.
Yeah, he really wanted a table.
I also want a table.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's about exposure for the charities and benefiting them, but also in growing the esports awareness and I want to say legitimacy of it in South Africa as well.
No, definitely, because esports is not as big in South Africa as you would say within China or the European divisions or in America. But we do want to get it to grow and get it recognized, because I do believe that we are South Africa, we do have people of the same skill gap, and we can show that esports is here, and doing it while growing the esports community while doing a good cause is not a bad idea.
It's a fantastic idea. Yeah. Plus, many of the orgs that we know and we scrum against and that we've dealt with in the past, and many of the ones that we haven't encountered yet, hopefully we'll meet you guys soon. But I don't know about you guys, but when I ask someone, why did you start this org, or why did you start the NGO, why is your clan put together, the majority of answers is to grow exposure in our country. And combining that with not just the 2019 season, but all the seasons moving forward. With charity, it's exposure, it's a good cause, and it's fun at the same time. Get to know your neighbor.
It does definitely help, yes.
So we've had a lot of support from fellow NGOs and organizations like ALSA and VS that are completely supporting this. And the biggest thing, like for me personally, I'm like, how are you helping us? And their answers are usually, it's about the esports. And even though we can be, can I use bad words?
It depends on how bad you want to go.
Assholes. We can be assholes towards each other in game, calling someone bad names and being mean, and I think some of it goes beyond banter. Okay, you're not a female. A lot of it goes beyond banter, but even though we've got all that negativity in the community, we've also got this whole thing where everyone's supporting the charity cup and coming together to create awareness for esports.
No, definitely. I remember the morning when I spoke with Jabba and Fluffy Panda was there as well. She said, but listen here, here's Jabba, talk to him. And then Jabba's like, I've heard of this, let's do it. It sounds like a good idea, sounds fun. And at the end of the day, it's for a good cause, so why not? So, it's all for the good cause and growing the communities. Let's just all butt in.
Yeah.
We've been getting a couple of surprising people contacting us with support and organizations that we didn't think we would ever hear from. That surprised us. Comic-Con is one of them.
Yeah, the guys from
Yeah, I was like, let's send them an email. Like they'll reply.
Yeah, there's been many emails sent and many surprises.
Yeah.
Pleasant surprises. So.
Yeah, we've also got other couple of people that responded, but we're still busy finalizing what they are contributing and what they're going to do. So, yeah.
Somewhere in the mix we might have someone like Scorpio and Wilson Triple XL as well.
I miss them.
Oh, are we calling people out? On the
No,
screen?
actually, I'm not calling them out. If I'm not mistaken, they are confirmed as well. They should be joining us as well.
We should call people out on stream. Are we allowed to? Should we call someone out?
Yeah, drop us a comment there. Let's see.
Am I
We
starting
haven't seen
something?
anything from you guys as yet.
Am I
So
starting
let's-
something I shouldn't? Oof, moving
Oh,
on.
looking for something zoom in. That's not good.
No,
No.
No, we won't call people out on stream.
we love everyone. And if you put the name out there and the charity cup out there, we wouldn't mind.
Yeah, so
But
tag
I
your
can't
friends.
tell you guys to call people out, but I can also not tell you not to. It's not within my power, and
Encourage them.
encourage them.
Yes, let's frown upon calling people up and encourage them to join. So I'll encourage some NGOs out there. I'll send out some tweets again.
I'm so bad at this.
You're doing fine,
Man,
relax.
it's so good.
I think
I think
that's
we've just
it.
lost the fight on the noise.
Yeah, I think that's it for the questions. If anyone has any questions, they can just ask us.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think Adolf has called cuts on the stream for the night.
Yeah, definitely.
Guys, keep an eye on the website for the rule set. We were going to browse through the rules. It's a pretty standard rule set. It will be posted on the website. It's rules that most of the CS community is used to by now as well. Else has been using the same rules, Versus has been using the same rules on the CS side of things anyway. I cannot speak as much for the Dota side, not that I know.
Dota side
much
will
of
run
the
on
rules.
the pretty much the same international standard rules that everyone has applied. That will be applied from the VS side as well. So it's the standard VS rules, international rules, and let's just stick to it and play for fun and play for fair.
Should there be any specific rules for the charity cup? Everyone will be notified. We will post it on social media. We will be putting it on our website. But as of now, we haven't encountered the need to incorporate any specific rules.
Not yet.
So standard rule sets, you're all used to it. Nothing has changed, and we will be keeping you guys up to date on any changes. Visit our website, metanoiaesports.co.za, and you'll find all the necessary details for the charity cup right there at the click of a button.
Yes. Also, any other info on Metanoia Esports on Facebook or Metanoia Esports on Twitter, and we'll get you guys.
Ciao, guys.
Cheers. Have a nice night.